The movie review you're about to see contains mad spoilers. This has all the spoilers. Seriously. This has a shit ton of spoilers. Also, Omar has never read any book that doesn't have pictures in them.
Welcome to Nicole and Omar Hate Everything. This is Nicole. This is Omar. We hate most things. We just got done seeing The Dark Tower, which comes out on August 4th, Friday.
Jake Chambers
Yes?
is a magical white kid who is having dreams.
Yeah.
He's having dreams. He's dreaming about like this other place where there's like a man in black and there's like a tower and a beam of light and children being kidnapped. And then ultimately a gunslinger. And clearly, if you wake up and you're like, Mom, I'm having these dreams and they're totally real and it's about this alternate universe, your mom's going to be like, I think my son is crazy.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what happens.
He's got to keep locking the door at night. Like, that's great, son. You sweet dream.
Just file down all the knives.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's
Yeah,
logical.
no,
Like, your kid comes to you and tells you they're dreaming about a magical other universe that you can't see, but there's a portal. You know, I would have doubts too. But unfortunately, his mom is wrong. So there's that. So he's having dreams about this magical other place where there's like a battle, essentially like what most Stephen King books boil down to, a mythical battle between good and evil. Good being the gunslinger. Good.
Played by
upward inflection.
Played by Idris Elba. The bad being the man in black, played by Matthew McConaughey. The man in black is let's say sorcerer, right?
Yeah, he's a sorcerer.
He doesn't really do any great parlor tricks. Well, he has the power of suggestion. I feel like, and he's telekinesis.
He's like Darth Vader.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, except his costume isn't as cool. Like, he doesn't have a mask, but he is dressed in all black. It is a little bit flowy. He does do things like stop breathing.
I need to stop. Well, I'm just like, no.
Like,
but this gunslinger, played by Idris Elba, Roland. He can resist his suggestions, so he's
like, stop breathing.
No. Okay, I tried. So it doesn't work on him, and they've been doing this dance for like a very long time. And so Jake finally finds a way over into this other world, finally through a portal, and then he finally meets the gunslinger, and the gunslinger's like, I'm not trying to hear this. I'm not even trying to hear this. But then sees he's been drawing him, and he mentions the Man in Black, and then he sees that Jake is the way to the Man in Black, which is where our story begins, and it's a journey toward other. We learn like what's outside, what the Dark Tower is actually protecting the realms from.
All of us.
Just
protecting all of us from everything that wants to harm us.
Which is basically demons and whatnot outside the universe. So we're like, we get hints.
The Dark Tower is like a huge phallic symbol.
Yeah, it's a huge.
I'm sorry. In the it's protecting us. So like the gunslingers and the Dark Tower is like a condom.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Protecting the whole world from all of the forces that want to invade and do us harm. Seems like a good time to bring up the fact that this movie in no way even attempts to pass the Bechdel test.
No.
There's like 3 women that have speaking parts.
Yes.
That I can... No, there's 4 women. One of them only literally has one line.
Yep.
But there's 3 women. They're all minor parts.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all in service to Jake and Roland and the Man in Black story.
Yep.
So they're not really important characters at all.
So don't get attached.
The gunslinger isn't really like about that gunslinging life anymore. He's not about like protecting...
Why?
Because the Man in Black was like, oh, I can't make you just stop breathing? Word. And kill everything you love.
Yeah. Everybody, your mom, your friends, your daddy. I killed your daddy. Your daddy's the Allstate man.
Also, I'm going to make you watch.
Yeah.
Like, his father died, like, in front of him.
So, Allstate's not going to clear this shit up. I'll tell you that right now.
That's like, yeah. And, I mean, like, how do you kill such a beautiful voice?
They can.
Because that is, like, the world, whatever. So he kills everybody that he loves, and now Roland's just alone and angry. All his gunslinger friends are dead. His father's dead. His mom's dead. Like, everybody's dead. So he's like... What gets me out of bed in the morning?
Yeah.
Like, why do I put on my little gun belt? To kill the Man in Black.
I want to kill him. That's
just to kill him. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. That's his one driving force. And so he meets Jake, and he's like wandering around looking for the Man in Black, and he's like, "Oh, this kid's dreams will lead me to the Man in Black, so I can kill him." So he's like, "Word, I got something for you." So he brings him to Aura, the seer, who's a person of color, and she like is like, "Oh, this is where he is. This is where the location of where all these dreams are happening.
And Jake is special because he has the shine. It's like, I guess it's like the white version of the glow. The shine.
He's got that soul shine.
A child with a strong imagination can help bring down a tower, and the children are being used to bring down the tower. It's like a one-time use thing though for the kids. But Jake is like really, really powerful. Like he's like basically the smoking gun. He's Chekhov's gun, if you will. And that like all you need is Jake in there, and then the tower's done. When they come over to our world, and it's like, all right, I know where the Man in Black is. We can get guns in our world. And here's a great point. Do they have guns in your world? And like, yeah. Do they have? Are bullets as rare there as they are here? He's like, I think you're gonna like our world because Specifically, wait. I think you're gonna like. Don't say our world. Just say America. I think you're gonna like America. Like you're gonna love it here. There's bullets galore. There's everything you could ever need. And we have a couple of mass shooting problems, but that's not here nor there.
That was a little. I was like, people were like laughing.
Yeah,
I was like, but the deaths.
The second
though.
But the Second Amendment that could be reformed though. Nah.
But the school shootings, though.
Yeah, this is NRA.
You know what?
Heavy film.
We do have a lot of guns.
There's a lot.
And a lot of bullets. Yeah. The Gunslinger's Creed is my new
jam. Yeah.
Like, just anytime anybody does anything now, I'm just gonna be like, you forgot in the face of your
No,
father.
but you can't, man. You out here killing with your hands. Out here taking 2 swipes at the turnstile. You forgot in the face of your father, yo. But should we talk about the what made Matthew McConaughey great? I think he's a great villain this time around, right?
Yeah, I think he was. He never. I guess that's the thing that made him intimidating as a villain is there was generally no physical interaction. He didn't really have any physical interaction with anybody except for Roland.
Yep.
We should get to that fight scene in a second, but like he was just very stop breathing. And then they did.
Like this is all beneath me.
That was like physical violence was beneath him. That's scarier, I think, than like overt like bashing somebody in the face.
In the final scene, that's the only scene, the final fight scene between him and Roland. It's like all right. He rolls up his sleeves like, all right, I'm gonna take this seriously here. And Idris Elba is Roland, man. He's like he always plays like that kind of like straightforward, no shit talking, no like that hard edge character, man. Perfect. He'd be a great Batman. All I'm saying. But in this one, I liked
007.
What was really great about him in this one, I think, is the way he used the gun. Because like you've seen like old westerns, right?
Yes.
Usually in westerns, like you saw like the Magnificent Seven with Denzel and Chris Pratt, they all had different ways of shooting their gun. Denzel's character was more precise. Chris Pratt like didn't care about getting hit. Like he could hit his target. There's those characteristics of when using a gun. This is the first time, like, seeing it, like, I mean, I guess you can make it like it's a Western theme type movie, right? Mm. So this is the first time in seeing, like, theatrics, not just, like, just spinning the caliber around, but, like, for a purpose, spinning it for a shot, the way he reloads it, how he reloads it, so every use of the gun, every use of the bullet is very intricate, it's very detailed, and that's, like, the most detailed I've seen. You can tell that, like, oh, okay, like, it's flashy, but it's for a purpose, and it seems like it's not really like too much CGI involved in there. It looks like if someone was really that nice, they could reload that fast. Like, so that's what made it really like cool, the elements of it, and especially in that final fight scene, like how he just has a belt, like you seen it in the trailer, like how he has like a belt of bullets, just reloading, throw them in the air. All right, there I'm shooting shots, and he's such a great marksman.
So he's like the last of his people. So he's, and I think Stephen King does this well. He does that dark anti-hero very, very well. Like the guy who's seen a lot and needs to be redeemed and will ultimately be redeemed. He does that very well. And the Gunslinger is like a really good example of that caliber, of that character. He's someone who's been hurt and like needs to find a way to redemption, but has no way to redeem himself until Jay comes along. I think just a problem with like your superpower being psychic ability is that like, how do you, like, okay, I'm fighting right now.
Professor Exit.
It was very hard to get behind Jake, because there was, like, a pivotal scene where, like, evidently Jake is, like, in the mix doing things, but we literally don't know until another character is like, oh my god, he's in the mix doing things. Thanks. And so it's, like, hard to root for him throughout the movie, because there's a couple times where you see him, you know he's doing things because you can hear a particular sound. You hear, like, an echo or something like that. But, like, at the pivotal moment, you don't have that clue. Mm-mm. And you're just supposed to know in your heart that he's doing something extra. that was a little disappointing. But but also I understand the limitations of how do you make someone exercise kind of a psychic power or psychic ability without it being super cheesy.
Yeah. But I'll speak to like the cool points on Jake. Like he's this kid. Like everyone's thinking he's like having mental issues and whatnot. But that's so you just want to be justified. Like I know I'm not crazy. I know this is really happening. And there's a scene where we see him like it looks like he's gonna be like a typical kid that's picked on when he gets his book taken away from all his drawings. And this kid's like, "Oh, what are you drawing now? What part of your pocket?" Like, "Yo, give my book back." He's like, "What are you gonna do?" Just clock it clean hits. It just kept going. I'm like, yes. You know, I was like, "Oh, just because I got some issues going on, like I'm weak." Nah, you get taken out. And he also had good lines, and he's funny, and like not like overtly funny, but like there's a scene where he just takes the drawing, and he just keeps it. He's like, "Oh yeah, you can keep that. That's cool." Like, that's perfectly fine. So it's really
he was a good character. I liked him. There were just moments where I wanted him to. I wanted his ability to be more evident.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how they could have done that without it being cheesier. Like, because overall, I did like it. At the end, the gunslingers like they're in Jake's world, which is in New York, and like the fighting is over, and the gunslingers like, "Welp, so you know I can't stay here." Like, dude is in a like full-length black trench coat in the dead of summer in New York with like revolvers and guns around. So no, obviously you can't stay
I like
here.
to think he got stopped and frisked at least like 5 times. Like, yeah, so I can't stay here. This is wild.
The Men in Black didn't get him with the NYPD. So like this is the most savage moment of the entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
The gunslinger's I can't stay here. You know that, right? And Jake's like, "Yeah, I know." And he's like, "Why don't you come with me? I mean, everyone you love is dead."
He's like, "You got nothing else here, yeah?"
Jake was like,
yeah,
"Facts.
That sounds right.
Facts.
That sounds dead ass stuff. That sounds
Maybe
right.
I will, because my mom is
Everyone
I love is."
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna go pack a pack.
Mm-hmm.
It was so savage.
That was hilarious.
It was very funny. So I guess, and this is the people who read the book know this, but I didn't realize it going in, that this world, the Dark Tower world, ties together all the other worlds in the Stephen King universe.
What? I didn't know that shit. I mean, I didn't read the thing, but that's fucking dope.
Yeah, I might actually read this series now that I've seen the book, which usually doesn't happen for me. So there were like definitely like if you've read his other books, which I have read a lot of his other books, there's scenes in the movie you could be like, "Oh, that's from that. Oh, okay," and like you could get the Easter egg and feel like included, which I appreciated a lot. I also like if we can be honest too. I know in Roland's character is white.
Yeah.
So like word, I'm quite happy to see Idris play it. Race wasn't mentioned at all in the movie. Although I imagine for some hardcore fans, race is an issue in the casting of it. But he did, I mean, Idris Elba is an amazing actor, so he did an excellent job.
Oh my god, an actor of color being able to play a fictional character.
No, I don't know if you know this, but there were no black people in the West.
And
there were definitely no black people in fictional Mid-Earth.
No. They weren't cowboys or anything at all. They weren't ever knights or anything like that. Ever. They didn't exist in this time.
We didn't actually exist until...
Just say this dimension. Just say this dimension. They didn't exist in this dimension. This alternate reality, which we're going to get...
black people actually invented to accommodate slavery. And before that, nothing.
That's it. All right, ready to rate this? You ready? We just went to that. Okay. Ready to rate this?
Yeah.
I give this 9.4.
That's a good score.
9.4 adjacent Washington Monument towers out of 10.
Very phallic.
I was gonna go for the guns and clips and glides. I was like, no, let's keep it phallic. Let's keep it all phallic.
I think I'm gonna give this. This is like a high score for me. I never give high scores, but I would rewatch this in the theater. I would give this an 8.9. Faces of My Forgotten Father.
Nice.